New this morning, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says we are still, quote, very early in military operations against Iran. Thanks for being here at 6 a.m. on this Wednesday. I'm Eric Connors.
And I'm Netta Iranpour. Hegseth made those comments within the past hour. Listen.
4 days in, we have only just begun to fight. America fights to win. And in Operation Epic Fury, we are. America is winning.
So that's part of what he spoke about this morning. Hegseth saying more forces are headed to the region, including jets and bombers. And he said, quote, we will take all the time we need to make sure that we succeed.
This comes as the Pentagon releases the names and pictures of 4 of the 6 U.S. service members killed over the weekend by an Iranian strike in Kuwait. This morning, Secretary Hegseth said, quote, we will avenge them. For the latest on the conflict, head to our CBS 8 app, and remember, you can stream us anytime. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Time right now, 6:01, as you're waking up on this Wednesday. Similar to yesterday for weather?
Pretty similar out there. A little bit of morning fog that we'll watch for. There's not much, but in Fallbrook up in North County, we've got less than half a mile of visibility. Ramona's at about 2 miles, so this looks to be mainly an issue affecting our inland valleys. And beyond that, it hasn't been sticking around for all that long. It's really been dissipating rather quickly. So that seems to be the case again as we get toward this afternoon. Mid-60s out by the coastline, 72 on average across our inland valleys. So we're pretty close to normal as far as those highs go, and we're actually going to keep warming up as we get through the next couple days. Eric and Netta, back to you.
New this morning, one driver is in the hospital after sheriff's deputies say they led them on a pursuit overnight. Deputies telling News 8 they were trying to pull over a driver in a stolen car in Santee when the pursuit started. It ended in a crash in front of the Hampton Inn on Magnolia Avenue in El Cajon just after 1 a.m. The driver was taken to the hospital. No deputies were hurt. This morning, San Diego police are searching for a driver who crashed into another driver in the Mid-City area and then took off. It happened just after 1 a.m. near the intersection of 58th Street and University Avenue. Police say the hit-and-run driver left behind a red Honda Civic at the scene. The driver that was hit was taken to the hospital. As of this morning, no arrests have been made. If you know anything, you're asked to call police.
Also new this morning, some students at San Diego State University have been forced out of their dorm rooms following a fire. Look what happened here. This was just before 11 last night. You see everyone right there, the firefighters in the hallways. This was the 6100 block of Montezuma Road. Fire crews say a lithium-ion battery from a scooter caught fire. As of this morning, 16 dorm rooms are impacted because of that water damage. Fire crews say one student was taken to the hospital to be checked out. In just a couple of hours from now, the San Diego County Board of Supervisors set to make a major announcement.
They're advising County Council to file a lawsuit against Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem and the Department of Homeland Security. News 8's Tori Apodaca live outside the County Administration building to explain what's behind this here. Tori?
Yeah, this lawsuit all goes back to when county lawmakers and senators say that they were denied access into the Otay detention facility when they were trying to do a public health inspection of the center. They say that they had gone through all of the paperwork and had been given written clearance from ICE, but when they showed up, they weren't allowed in. The San Diego County Board Chair, Tara Lawson-Remer, has been rallying since then, gearing up for this lawsuit. Only the county's chief medical officer was briefly allowed access during the visit, but was only allowed to view the kitchen and 2 medical bays, no holding areas, medical records, or conversations with detainees. Lawson-Remer says they've been hearing about the alleged unsafe conditions people are living in, and that it is the county's lawful right to have a public health inspection of the facility. She wonders, what are they hiding?
They're not being beaten, they're not being abused, and at the very least, the people who are unlawfully, unjustly, and wrongly detained in our country are at the very least not being tortured behind closed doors within the boundaries and jurisdiction of San Diego County.
Now, if federal officials continue to block their entry, the County Board of Supervisors authorized County Council to file a lawsuit against the U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, the Department of Homeland Security, and CoreCivic, the private prison company that operates the facility. Noem is testifying before the House Judiciary Committee at 7 this morning on the DHS shutdown and shootings. And I have also reached out to DHS directly, but have not heard back as far as the County Board of Supervisors. They will be having a press conference out here at noon to talk more about this lawsuit. From downtown, Tori Apodaca, News 8.
Tori, thank you. Overnight gas prices in San Diego went up again. The conflict in Iran pushing fuel prices to their highest level in the county since November. News
8's Chris Grow live in Kearney Mesa, working for you to explain the latest prices and why drivers could expect them to go up even more. People might be shocked to see the numbers here, Chris.
Yeah, they might be shocked to see the numbers, but again, this is the analysis that we have been hearing about why the conflict in Iran is so deeply unsettling for the financial markets, but also obviously with crude oil and gas prices. You talk about the Middle East and that region, the Strait of Hormuz, that is going to be a big reason. Now, take a look at the gas prices here in San Diego, $4.80, a 7-cent increase from just yesterday. And then Sunday to Monday, we saw a 4-cent increase. So we're even seeing the increase day by day go up. We'll have to see if that's going to be the case indeed for tomorrow. But it does all circle back to the Strait of Hormuz, where, of course, we are seeing a huge disruption in the supply and travel of oil there from that region. And then, of course, the market's reacting to that. For those that are not aware, the Strait of Hormuz sees about 20 million barrels of crude oil go through that area on ships about a day. That is the daily average. It represents about 20 to 25% of the world's supply of crude oil. And so when you see that take a hit, that is likely going to make those gas prices at home go up. Energy prices go up. We spoke with USD economics professor Alan Jin about this. He said that while, of course, these shipping companies are obviously facing danger when it comes to the war, the conflict that is going on there, that carries over to their expenses when it comes to insurers as well, too. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Navy has been devastated, but they still have missiles, and the tankers are having trouble getting insurance going through there. So the flow of oil has been curtailed.
Yeah, and of course, here at News 8, we will continue to try to find for you the best deals on gas compared to, of course, the county average. You still may not like the prices you'll be paying at the pump. For instance, here at EBK Fuel, right on Claremont and Kearney Mesa, you're seeing about $4.39 if you pay with cash. Eric and Netta.
Oh boy, yeah, those gas lines, places like Costco where they sell a little cheaper, going to be going.
Right.
They'll be busy,
Right.
for
yeah.
sure.
Need those
be prepared
deals.
to line up along with everyone else and
Yeah.
hold tight for a bit.
Right.
But at least you get to do so in San Diego.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not raining out.
With that view.
No rain, we're dry. We've got some overcast skies as that marine layer has a bit more depth to it to kick off the morning, meaning that you might run into the overcast skies as we make our way through the morning. But going into the afternoon, we will be back to partly cloudy conditions. Notice that a lot of these say AM clouds, PM sun, so that typical marine layer. Sunrise 6:13, about 5 minutes from now. Having trouble seeing it thanks to the gray conditions that we're starting off the day with, but it'll be pretty quick as far as that turnaround goes. Sunset coming at 5:48 p.m. As you walk out the door, it's 45 degrees in Escondido, 37. Bit chilly out there in Ramona, 43 in Alpine, 44 in Campo. Coastline is generally right now in the 50s. We're going to be watching as wind gusts and wind speeds pick up beginning this afternoon and especially from tonight into tomorrow toward our local mountains and deserts. But even by just this afternoon toward the evening commute, you can see how wind gusts are up to about the teens, close to 20 miles per hour in many cases. This is going to be a change that we start to notice day over day as that westerly breeze picks up, with troughs of low pressure making their way into the region. I'll pause this overnight. You can see what we're talking about in terms of the overnight conditions. Coastline, inland valleys stay pretty mild as far as your wind speeds and wind gusts go, but in Borrego Springs, all the way down through the international border, we could be seeing 30, maybe 40 mile per hour wind gusts come into play. Looking through tomorrow afternoon, same situation on hand, mostly teens out there, but Fallbrook's getting up to 36 miles per hour, 20 miles per hour in Alpine. We'll watch for a wind advisory to take effect this evening and last through tomorrow morning. There's a possibility that we see another one following that if those wind gusts stay breezy. I want to send things over to Vanessa Paz. She's checking in on traffic as we start off our Wednesday morning. Hello.
Good morning, 6:10 on your Wednesday hump day. Things are looking mighty fine as you get your day going. It looks like the drives are fairly smooth across the board. If you use the 15 anywhere near the 5, maybe you're headed towards National City, Barrio Logan, just look out for a crash. It's blocking the 2 lanes in South Crest on the 15 right before you hit the 5, and traffic is actually slow and go all the way down to about Main Street. All right, speeds right now on the 5 as well as the 805, anywhere between 65, 70 miles per hour or so nothing too bad. Notice, though, how we are seeing some slowing coming across to Coronado in from Barrio and downtown. In fact, slow speeds down to about 10, 15 miles or so. Across the board, coming in from the East County as well as out of the North County, no major issues nor delays. Always happy to report that. In terms of travel times, about a 10 to 11 minute drive headed southbound on the 5 and the 15. This is both in from Oceanside as well as Escondido. And full span of the 78 in pretty good shape, about 15 minutes. Pulling up really quickly, those drive times out of the East County, about 3 to 7 minutes right now on the 94, the 8, as well as the 52. And no major issues nor delays yet coming out of the South Bay. All right, 6:11 is the time. Let's go ahead and pull up those border wait times for you. We're tracking about an hour 40 to get you across from San Ysidro's port of entry. It's a little better coming in from Otay Mesa's port of entry, about an hour at last check on your Wednesday.